Hi. I think one of the most challenging aspects of applying makeup when you're older is getting the eye makeup right so that you achieve a really professional finish. My name is Tricia and I'm founder and MD of Look Fabulous Forever, and we make a range of makeup specifically formulated for older faces, eyes and lips. For this video I've been joined by Amanda, who's a professional makeup artist, and by Leslie. Leslie's a Gransnetter, she lives in Chiswick, and she's happy for me to tell you that she's 62 years old. What we want to do in this video is give you some really good tips so that you know exactly how to apply your makeup and also which products to use to achieve a really professional finish. So Amanda's going to start on Leslie's eyes with a really brilliant product for when you're older. It's an eye primer. If you don't know about eye primers, then you're really missing a trick. This eye primer is flesh coloured, and you can see that what Amanda's doing here is she's applying it with a brush. It forms a great base for any shadows that you're going to subsequently put on, and it also neutralises any discoloration that you've got on your eyelids. So apply it quite lightly, allow it to dry, and then you're ready to apply, as I said, the shadows or colour that you're going to put onto the eyelids. So what Amanda's doing here, she's going to make Leslie's eyelashes look thicker. And this is a really, really useful trick. Now, you can do this as Amanda's doing it with, it's like a kohl crayon. And can you see what's happening with this? She's just pushing it there into the roots of the eyelashes. Now, don't worry if it looks a bit messy at this stage, because you'll see exactly what Amanda's going to do in a minute to improve it. So she's now taking a little wedge brush and she's just smoothing that in. Can you see the effect of that? What Amanda's doing now is she's using a shadow in quite a darkish browny colour, and she's just applying that on top of that line that she's created. So you can see that she's using a slightly fatter brush and just working that in along the lid line and also on the outer edges of the eyelid. Amanda's just continuing to add a bit more depth, same colour, into that area. So with her eyes closed, you can see on Leslie exactly the effect that's being created here. So next, Amanda is going to do quite a subtle treatment in the under eye area. I think you have to be careful not to do anything too heavy. You don't want any dark black lines or anything like that. It's too dramatic. And certainly with Leslie's colouring, it really wouldn't work terribly well. So nice and subtle, again using the wedge brush just to smooth it in. What you're doing with eye makeup, you're always looking to make the eyes look bigger, more open, and bring out the colour. Leslie's eyes are a beautiful sort of greeny blue. They're absolutely beautiful. So we just want to enhance that. So when you look at her eyes, you don't see the eye makeup. You just see the lovely eyes that she's got. Now we come to an area that's problematic for a lot of older women, and that's the eyebrows. Leslie's lucky because she's got quite a lot of eyebrow left on that inner section either side of her nose, but they kind of peter out and they're not terribly well defined. Eyebrows are important because they frame our face as well as our eyes. Our whole face is framed by our eyebrows. So using light and feathery strokes and using this, it's like a kind of brow paint. It's a lovely, soft and subtle way to create better looking brows without having, well, it looks like a couple of caterpillars above your eyes, which is not a good look. We don't need to add an enormous amount to Leslie's brows, just enough to make them a better shape and so that they do their job, as I said, of framing the face. And finish with a final little smoothing out just to make sure they look perfect. So now Amanda is going to curl Leslie's eyelashes. If you've never used eyelash curlers before, I can assure you that you don't know what you're missing. This is a really great tip. Older eyelashes can be very short, sparse and sort of stick straight out. So the way to get around that is by curling them. And you can see that the technique that Amanda's using here, looking slightly down and then gripping the eyelashes between the top and bottom blades of the curlers and creating a nice curled effect so that you're ready then to apply mascara. So wiggle, wiggle up, moving and pushing the mascara into the base of the eyelashes. That's the technique that you're trying to create with this. And mascara is just brilliant. I think if I was marooned on a desert island, I'd want my mascara with me. I know that sounds incredibly vain, but the thing about mascara is that it just makes your eyes look bigger and just generally better. And the bottom lashes, just using the end of the mascara wand. And even if your eyelashes at the bottom are quite sparse, it doesn't matter, just put a little bit of mascara on there. And because you put that nice subtle line underneath, it will make them look better. So there we have it. I think that's a really pretty, effective and delightful eye treatment on Leslie's eyes. It's brought out the colour. It's not too heavy and it just looks gorgeous.